Hello, 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 hello. And welcome to Poirot. That's like my Chief Inspector Jap voice or something or another. Alright, you see, we're about done. But we're not going to hundo it because I think we missed some trophies. We missed some shit. But hey, it is what it is. You ain't gonna catch it all in the first playthrough. But without further ado, let's go. What up, Nibbler? How we doing? I don't remember exactly what's happening. I didn't watch the last episode like I typically do. Who as fuck is Miss Marbury? Dick Dunbar. Alright, we called that dude. He's on the killer's list, has a heart condition. He was protected by Poirot. Witness, Franz Oshner. Bernard, Drower, Marion, Gray, Fraser, Clark, Asher, Betty Bernard. Oh, I didn't mean to click on that. Fuck. Let's go this way then. Sir Michael Clark. Okay, so that's where we... So who the fuck is this lady? We got no clues. Oh, does she already live? Okay, we're already at her house. All right.
Marbury. There is a very pretty village by this name in Cheshire.
We're good. How's everybody doing? Everybody have a good weekend? Happy Halloween. What the fuck is that? Is that a cat? I can't tell what that is. That looks like a cat's tail, but that looks real like a real skinny body, like a long neck. And who's that motherfucker? He's looking sus. Why is that one boarded up? I don't know what happened. You gonna peek through the window,
I've been going
Pearl?
past this modest guest house for so long. I would never have thought that the ABC case would lead me here.
Alright, let's go on inside, fish. I got fish for my fish tank this weekend. I got 8 little guppies swimming around. Alright, this is where our homeboy was staying, and yeah.
It is a very beautiful piano. Maybe Mrs. Marbury likes to play in her free time.
I was hoping you'd strike a couple fucking keys there for me there, Hercule. Let's take a look around. Alright, we can't go rummaging through her stuff. We can't talk to her. Let's look at on the counter first.
It looks like I've found the real master of this house.
What is that? Cork? The master of the house, huh, fish?
There is no need to worry about the household cat. I'm sure that Mrs. Marbury lets it do what it pleases.
Yeah, sounds like somebody else I know. Although I don't let her do what she pleases. She just does what she pleases.
How do you do? You must be Mr. Hercule Poirot. Chief Inspector Jap told me that you might be coming.
Oh, she is of great help. Why would we get mad about the potatoes? She's helping us.
Madame, you may be of valuable help to me.
It would be my pleasure to help you. Will there be some journalists there as well?
I think you might even be interviewed. You are key witness.
I've suspected him for some time, but he appeared so harmless. Oh yes, sometimes he got angry and waved his arms about. But even then, he wasn't frightening. And he was as gentle as a lamb again immediately afterwards. It was only this morning that I understood. He told me he was going to Cheltenham, but my daughter saw him at Euston Station. It's not the right station. To get to Cheltenham, you have to take the train from Paddington. And what's more, Mr. Cuss left behind an ABC with Doncaster underlined. As you can imagine, when I saw that, I called Scotland Yard.
That's because she knew about the ABC.
One moment, please. How did you know that Cust had underlined Doncaster in his railway guide?
I went and had a look in his room.
I see. Do you make a habit of searching through your lodger's belongings?
Well, what are you going to do later? I bet you're going to poke around his room too.
I don't know.
Tell me, did you have any
It's a little-
other
it's a little
reason to
late.
suspect Mr. Cust?
He's
Not
rather
sure what time it
queer. He
is.
talks to himself. He has a bad cough. Because of the war, he
There's
says.
30 people watching, though. She could be
And
just
then
lurking.
he was in Churston when that millionaire got murdered. I found his train ticket when I washed his coat. He didn't want me to wash his shirt. He washed it himself. But I did see big brown stains on it.
Big brown stains up at that blood.
Where were the stains on the shirt?
Can't recall.
Oh.
Cust used to travel for his work. Is that correct?
Yes, although he was unwell on trains.
Yeah, she was lurking.
Do you know where Cust was at the time of the murder in Andover and Bexhill? On June the 21st and July the 25th?
No idea.
But surely you keep a register.
It won't do you much good. Mr. Cuss rents his room for the year. If he goes away for a few days, I have no reason to make a note of it. Ah, I remember one thing. Bexhill by the sea, right?
Indeed, it is a large seaside resort.
Well, as it happens, at the start of July, Mr. Cust asked me to repair his bathing dress.
Bathing
Suspicious,
dress.
huh?
I guess that's his bathing suit. Just go
Very interesting. Please continue.
I also forgot to say that he started buying newspapers that talked about the case.
Just give us more.
Which newspapers?
The evening ones and the daily ones.
That will be all for now. I'm going to take a look at his room.
A dry answer,
Take the
eh?
key on the counter.
What
I
is
don't
this?
think my register will help you. Mr. Cuss rents his room all year. If he goes away for a few days, I have no reason to make a note of it.
Marbury boarding.
The truth is becoming apparent, and I have something to say to Mrs. Marbury.
What did you see?
I have something to say to Mrs. Marbury.
What do we have to say to Ms. Marbury? I don't even know what we want to say to her. What do we have? What's going on with Ms. Marbury? All right, she's the ABC Murders landlady. She sublets her room to other guests when her usual residents are away. She saw a blood-stained shirt. Where did she go? I lost her. She's about 40. I'm confused.
There is no need to worry about the household cat. I'm sure that Mrs. Marbury lets it do what it pleases.
Checking his backpack.
This woman appears to be in a bad mood.
Oh yeah, why is she in a bad mood all of a sudden? What's up with her potatoes? Jerky movements, eh? What do the eyes say? Uncommunicative posture.
Mrs. Marbury is taking out her bad mood on the evening meal's potato.
Alright, well let's
Mrs. Marbury, if I am to believe the register, you rented room 306 to a certain Mr. Fishman on the day of the Bexhill murder. Room 306 is Cust's room. Can you explain yourself?
If I did, it was because Mr. Cust wasn't here. What about it?
Let's go all in on her.
You rented the same room to two people. That's fraud.
Calm down, Mr. Poirot. My lodgings were full and I couldn't let poor Mr. Fishman sleep outside.
Alright, well, we got the 3 ego points. Good. Alright, let's go upstairs. Alright, let's take a look at ourselves. What's up with the pills, the medicine?
Laudanum Cameron's Chemists.
What the fuck is this?
Laudanum, a medicine for coughs. It is what Dr. Clark prescribed for Mrs. Asher.
Maybe this was Mrs.
The
Asher's.
subject would probably be useful to me. Diethyl barbituric acid, Johnson Company.
Johnson & Johnson?
I know this medicine. It is a powerful sedative. The subject would probably be useful to me.
Okay, that's the way out. Let's take a look at his cupboard.
All the main articles referring to the ABC case are here, from the Churston murder onwards. Nothing before that date.
Look at his drawers.
Most probably the basting dress repaired by Mrs. Marbury's expert hands. The Bexhill Daily paper, dated from the day of the Bexhill murder. Trousers,
Suits.
white shirts. Everything has been washed very well.
Alright. These are his stockings.
ABC guides, enough to sign about a dozen murders. ABC guides, enough to sign about a dozen murders.
Well, what's in this box?
It's closed.
I
It's
use keys
closed.
to open boxes all the time. How do we open it?
It's closed. It's closed.
Well, open it, motherfucker. So you gotta find a knife? Are we serious? I'm not sure what's going on with that. Let's see what's going on. We'll just keep looking around. We'll come back to that. There's that blue ink. We saw some of that shit.
How hopeful. This place is a real mess.
He's make his bed. I mean, he made the bed, Poirot. Give him a fucking break.
The least we can say that Mr. Cust is not very concerned about order and balance.
Let's take a look. Alright, we're gonna need the knife.
A long-bladed knife. A murderer's weapon. The subject would probably be useful to me. It's an ABC. Cust is parsimonious. He keeps his pencils and sharpens them until there is nothing left. It is clear that he did not grow up in luxury.
Wow, those are his pencils?
I have to get the ribbon. How am I going to do it?
I mean, just take the fucker off.
Something is blocking the ribbon. The ribbon is jammed. I have to start by freeing it. left-hand heel has been removed.
And we'll go back over here to the right-hand wheel, and we'll take the top off that. Woo.
The right-hand heel has been removed. Something is blocking the ribbon.
Do I need to do something else on the wheels?
Something is blocking the ribbon. Something is blocked. Something is blocking.
Okay, so it's got to have something to do with this little clip then in the front. Or
And
not.
here is the ribbon. Let us see if it was indeed used to write the letters sent by ABC.
Yeah, I like the art style
Only
of it
need
too.
the ink ribbon for my inquiry. I will let Jack clean the keyboard if he wishes. All the letters announcing the murders were written on Cust's typewriter. Did Cust drop it when he opened the window? Or was it Mrs. Marbury while she was cleaning?
Was she cleaning or was she snooping?
John Milligan, Managing Director, Silky Legs, Frederick Street, Leicester. To A.B. Cust, Marbury's Guest House, 1935, May the 21st. Dear Sir, further to our letters dated 5th and 10th of the month, we confirm we are you as door-to-door salesman,
He sells
according to the
silky legs.
conditions stated in our previous letters. We will send you the articles by mail and also a Redfield typewriter you will be using for every business letter. Regarding the schedule of your rounds, please do as following. June 21, Andover. Arrive by train the 20th in the evening and get a room at Station Hotel. Start your turn in the north part of the town. This letter establishes that Cust went to Andover, but the ink has hidden the destinations of his other trips. I know from Mrs. Marbury that he went to Churston. I just have to show that he went to Bexhill, and I will have proved that he was present at all the crime scenes.
All right. So how are we going to do that?
War of 1914-1918. By the King's order, the name of Corporal A.B. Cust, Devonshire Regiment, was published on the London Gazette on May the 10th, 1918, as mentioned in a dispatch for gallant and distinguished service. An army dispatch, wounded on the Somme front, victim of a gas attack, Corporal Cust greatly deserves his distinction.
The box. What's in the box?
This
Well, watch
knife
your tail,
is very
Turn the
useful.
stream off.
Who knows? Maybe it never cut anything other than string. Stockings. Stockings.
All that, we just got stockings out of it. What do we got down here?
This dark stain. It could be blood, but goodness knows how long it has been there. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
All right, let's do this, Hercule. Where was Cust at the time of the Bexhill murder? That was the beach one. The Bexhill local paper dated the day of Betty's murder was found in Cust's room. Okay. That proves he was there. So he wasn't in his room.
The register shows that Cust did not sleep at the guest house on the day of the murder. Where was he? Bexhill. The Bexhill paper reveals it. Cust bought this newspaper in Bexhill on July the 25th. No use continuing the inspection of this room. I've seen all there is to see.
Alright, let's get the fuck out of here then.
Goodbye, Mrs. Marbury. Thank you for your help.
I look forward to seeing you again, Mr. Poirot.
Ah, Chief Inspector. I was about to leave.
Good evening, Chief Inspector. Welcome. Please excuse me, I must go to the kitchen. I'll leave the key of Mr. Cust on the counter.
I guess that means we're gonna have to go back up there.
I'm
Those look like
sorry,
avocados,
I've
not
spent
potatoes.
ages with the Doncaster police. And you?
I have established one fact. On 3 occasions, Cust was at the scene on the day of the crimes. There is no need to worry about the household cat.
Yeah.
I'm sure that Mrs. Marbury lets it do what it pleases.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping we could do something else since she's not around. But she didn't care. Guess we gotta peep
I
this
had best
dude.
talk to Jap.
Is that what we're supposed to do? Alright, Chief Inspector. Oh, it's being dumb again. I'm gonna look at something else.
It is a very...
There we go.
I've listened closely to what you have to say, Poirot. For me, there's no doubt Cust is guilty. Do you have any element that might prove the contrary?
That is what we're going to look for. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Was it possible Cust to have killed all 3 victims? Oh, God, it's not nothing to do with it. Okay, he was in Andover. He was in Charleston. He was in Bexhill. Boom! Cust was in all the towns. Are there any common points between Cust and the killer? Typewriter. Keeps the newspapers. The ABC guys. Okay, so maybe it's not the newspapers. All right, the knife. All right, just keep digging. Yeah. Guilty. I don't know about all that, man.
The
but
evidence
okay.
against Cust is overwhelming. His presence at the scenes, the knife, the blood-stained shirt, the ABCs in a box.
C'est vrai. However, the blood Mrs. Marbury saw on Cust's shirt may have been his own. According to his medical records, he suffers from hemoptysis. The murderer cut Sir Carmichael's throat from behind, and the blood spurted outwards. You would expect the murderer's shirt to be stained on the sleeves, not on the buttonholes, yet we see quite the opposite. You would expect the murderer to keep the newspaper articles about his crimes. But Cust's collection starts in Cheston, as if it discovered the case rather late.
I agree it's troubling, but it doesn't change my mind. There's small details that we should be able to clear up by questioning Cust.
When can we talk to him?
Doncaster is sending him to us on the first train.
Are they questioning him already?
He says he can't remember a thing.
It's plausible. Doctors say he suffers from absences and amnesia. Mrs. Marbury has confirmed this.
He may have done the murders in an altered state.
A familiar situation.
It's not enough to clear his name. Dr. Thompson insisted that even if you don't know what you're doing, you never commit a murder without wanting to.
Très intéressant. I shall remember that.
Right. I'll
Never
go and
commit a
examine
murder
the
that
suspect's room.
Chief Inspector, I took the liberty of removing a few clues to examine at home.
All right, we'll discuss them tomorrow. In the meantime, I'm going to see if you've missed something.
Go to Scotland Yard. All right, let's get in the ride. Let's go talk to Homo over here. No?
To Scotland Yard, please.
Let's go. Chop, chop. Stu was talking shit to us. See what he's got to say now. Damn right we're going to look at him.
This man is not in good shape.
He looks like a wannabe hitman. Like he's Agent 48, not Agent 47. Lowered eyes, shaking hands, crumpled jacket.
He is worried and very tired. And other police have been hard on him.
What do you want from me?
Do you know who the
Good
fuck I
day,
am?
ABC. Do you know who I am?
Someone who's got it in for me.
I am Hercule Poirot, and I want nothing other than the truth.
Ah, you're the detective.
Let's talk about the letters or ask why he sent the letters. We know he sent the letters. Poor guy, he slaughtered 3 people. Let's just talk about
Yes,
him right now.
I am the person you have been sending the letters to.
I didn't write these letters. I've already said so.
Get him to admit that he has forgotten, acknowledge his innocence.
Maybe you forgot that you wrote these letters.
Yes, it's true. Sometimes I forget. Maybe I did type them.
I do think he's a killer. Let's be a
Are
little
you
nice to him.
capable of murder, Mr. Cust?
All these questions are giving me a headache.
Is he just coughing up blood? I don't want to see that. Do we want to give him a drink of water? What are we supposed to do? Question him some more? Oh, it's not letting me do it. Can we look at the door? Maybe that'll do it.
I am not going to leave before having... Poor man. If only I could help him.
Oh, we can help him. Which was this?
Laudanum, a medicine for coughs.
Alright, that's the stuff. Drink this shit.
Take this. It will help you.
Thank you.
Did you just chug in the whole bottle?
Oh, good God, my shirt is covered in blood again.
Bon. I now know where the bloodstains Mrs. Marbury saw came from.
Bon.
Yes, I feel much better.
Try this
Are you
again.
capable of murder, Mr.
Did we
Cust?
get it wrong? Is that what we're doing again?
All these questions are giving me a headache.
Insist on the fact they enjoyed the war. Get him to talk about the army. Yeah.
You suffered during the war.
It's true. I was wounded. I suffered. But the army was the only place I didn't feel inferior. No questions. Just orders to follow.
But ever since you were wounded, you have absences, bouts of amnesia.
And headaches.
Is he like Dr.
Professor
Jekyll,
Clark
Mr. Hyde?
treated you.
Yes, a few years ago he really helped me with my burned throat.
Get him to believe he is innocent? I like that better than accusing him of the murders.
Of course, you never considered killing a doctor who took such good care of you.
No. No, never.
We don't have witnesses.
Do you deny being at the scene of the crimes?
So? There was no harm in being there. It was only for my work.
Didn't
You were
sound very
seen at
outraged.
all the crime scenes.
Yes, I was. I travel a lot. But not for pleasure. I am terribly unwell in trains. But I had to respect my engagements. My employer gave me very precise written instructions about the towns I had to visit.
Let's see. The company you claim to work for, Silky Legs, has never heard of you. And as for these letters they sent you, they were written on your own typewriter.
The company sent me the typewriter when I started working for them.
Yes, but the letters
Is
were
he
received
being
afterwards.
set up? I didn't hear what he just said.
So it would appear that you typed them before sending them to yourself.
I don't remember. Good God! I don't know what's happening to me.
I think you
My
got
head
set up,
hurts
Nibbler.
terribly.
Poor guy is right. You're right, man. You nailed it. I was ready to hang this dude. What is this? Oh, the ribbon.
I am not going...
Wonder why it glitches out like that.
He is prey to a terrible anxiety. Is it remorse? Or simply the pressure of the questioning and the train journey?
Are we giving him all our drugs?
Take this. It will help you.
Oh, I think I'll be fine.
Let us see, Cust. Look at me. You know very well that you committed these murders?
Yes, I know.
But I'm not wrong in saying that you do not know why you committed them.
No, I don't.
Maybe he did do it. What?
Let us leave Cust alone. Is that...
Can we take our drugs back? All right. Is Jap right out here?
And what conclusions have you drawn?
Plenty. It might help us to understand him a little better.
Let's get the brain
Let us
cells
now
to work.
try and get our brain cells to work.
What do we know about Cuss' health? He's got a problem with his throat. Coughs up blood. Abscesses. Cuss is mentally and physically weak, not really the profile of our killer. There are clues that do not support Cuss' guilt in Churston's murder. He says he didn't write him. He had no reason to kill him. Buttonholes. Okay. Are there any clues that do not support Cuss' guilt? No reason to kill him. Are there any clues that do not support Cuss' guilt? Okay, yeah, okay, so the newspapers. He had no clue who Poirot was. Can we say without a shadow of doubt that Cuss is guilty? He says he didn't write him. He had no reason to kill him. I mean, a minute ago you said guilty.
I don't see any clearer than before. This is worse.
There is one point to highlight. C'est curieux. Cuss admits that he killed, but he does not know why. What did Dr. Thompson say? Even if Cuss killed while in an altered state, it still must have been his deepest desire. He must have had a motive.
Let's keep it simple. Never mind his motive. He confessed.
But you see, he can confess to anything and everything. He denied the murders and then confessed to them. He confirmed that he never typed the letters. Then, with great ease, I managed to get him say quite the opposite.
Come on, he behaved like a guilty man. He lied to his landlady.
Because deep down he believes himself guilty. From the papers, he noticed that he had always been at the scene of the crimes. He must think that he killed and then simply forgot what he had done.
How can you be so sure?
Let us look at his psychological profile. You will understand my point of view.
All right, let's do this again.
Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Huh? Observation by Hercule Poirot. Indeed. Let's look at the murderer. You will see that the murderer carried out to perfection. Blood on him. Wasn't for pleasure. Alright. He was poor. Oh, that's really small. So harmless. He got an anger right his arms about. It wasn't frightening. He was gentle as a lamb. There we go. Just orders to follow. He was mediocre. Is Cuss sure of himself? No, we know he's not. Where was that one? No, it was this one. The man seduced Betty before taking her to the beach. Take her to the beach. It's one of these. Yep, there it is. Completely harmless. He hates trains. Does not like trains. Is he impulsive? Is he generous? He's... no, I guess not. Miserly.
You see? Cuss' character is quite the opposite of the murderer's.
But if he's a madman, can we really talk about his character?
That's a
You
good
know
point,
very
Jack.
well that our murderer does not behave like a psychopath. Apart from the signature, there is no ritual repetition in the choice of victims.
Very well, you're right as always. So we have no confession, no culprit, no suspects, nothing. And all that after 2 months of inquiry? What should I do?
Wow, it's been
Have
2
faith.
months.
Just give me 24 hours.
Which way's home? The big mansion's in front of us. Does not deny it, but doesn't remember it. Oh, is that Scotland Yard? That might be Scotland Yard.
To White Haven, please.
How's the football game going?
Cust's arrest is a great success for you, Poirot. It's all clear now, except maybe 1 or 2 details.
Details. Ah, mon ami. The devil is in the detail, as we say.
Excuse me?
Patience, Hastings. Everything will be clear
Hastings.
once our guests arrive. Best be prepared. Slip a revolver into your pocket before they do.
A revolver? But Poirot, what are you afraid of?
Trust me. It is important you carry a weapon for this meeting. I will lend you mine.
What about telling me what you have in mind?
Don't worry about it,
Surtout pas.
Hastings.
You wouldn't be able to play your role. Wait 1 moment, I will bring you my weapon.
Where's his gun?
Churston, Devon.
I'm gonna look at all this shit again.
Population 500 inhabitants. Hourly of trains. London, Churston. Trains of evening. London.
I don't care about the train times. Hastings Huntings.
Hastings photo album.
We've already looked at this.
What about telling me what you have in mind?
Surtout pas. You wouldn't be.
Super. Anybody speak French?
Daily Flicker, September the 11th, 1935. ABC affair, Terminus Doncaster. Jap and Poirot arrest the killer.
Ooh, that's
A.B. Cust is the name of the alphabet murderer.
that is
The
a new
police
one.
have arrested him in a hotel in Doncaster. Was preparing to kill his 4th victim, Mr. Dick Dudley Dunbar, the establishment's manager. Mr. Dunbar owes his life to the miraculous intervention of Inspector Japp of Scotland Yard and Detective Hercule Poirot.
Oh, that doesn't help us, Selena.
The Lancet, September 11th, 1935. General Medical Journal. The alphabet murderer is not psychotic, according to Professor Thompson.
I'm worn out.
In an early issue, we claim that the alphabet murderer was not psychotic. Our assertion has just been confirmed by Professor Thompson, a Scotland Yard expert, who has spoken to the prisoner at great length. Not all obsessional killers are psychotic, he explained. It is true that Cust has a disturbed personality and memory disorders. But his amnesia, whether real or pretended, does not alter the fact that he was perfectly lucid at the time of his acts. Therefore, he will not escape punishment.
I met somebody here, Selena. Someone who could help us. We need a translator. Alright, this guy's gotta be at his desk, right?
Ah, some cool hair.
Okay.
It is not the right time.
Where the fuck do we hide our gun? I'm not even looking in the mirror, but as long as I get my points. Do we keep our gun in the bookshelf?
The white ammunition
Yes.
are blank cartridges. The others are real bullets. I have to choose the type of bullets to load.
Do we want to use blanks or real ones?
The revolver is loaded with real bullets. I still have time to choose blanks.
Oh, I thought the white ones were the blanks.
The revolver is loaded with blanks. I still have time to choose real bullets.
No, we're good. Hopefully nobody dies. Alright, let's go talk to Hastings.
What about telling me what you have in mind?
Surtout pas. Voila, I entrust you with my weapon. It has hardly been used. It is almost new.
In your Hastings hunts. So who's the fucking killer?
Chief Inspector, is that you?
Yes. Sorry, but we haven't found anything.
Have you checked the typewriter?
And the packaging, the letter, and the ribbon reel. We've only found prints left by Cust and his landlady.
Well, never mind. I shall make do.
So, are you still going to hold your meeting?
Of course, Chief Inspector. I can hear my guest coming up the stairs.
So
Why
one of
have you
these
brought
is
us
the murder.
here, Mr. Poirot?
Since Cust's arrest, I thought it was all done and dusted. Miss Gray formally identified him, as well as Miss Barnard.
Yes, and the stockings he saw drove the same brand as the ones found at my aunt's.
This is all true. However, a case is not closed if some questions remain open. And one question is, why did the murderer send me his letters? Why did he challenge me, Hercule Poirot?
Perhaps he wanted to play with you, to taunt you.
Xenophobia? Maybe he didn't like you because you're foreign.
I may be
Importers.
wrong, but maybe by provoking you, he was looking for glory?
All these theories should be studied. Let us now try and get our brain
holding
cells
hands
to
over
work.
there? Look like they're holding hands or they're wanting to. Why did the murderer make a mistake in the address? For glory, error in the address caused letter to be delivered late. Okay, so it's delivered late. Save the murderer. Alright, body was still warm. Save the murderer. I don't know this. Why did the murderer make a mistake in the address? Challenged? I don't think it's got anything to do with 3... I don't think it's that one. No, 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 no. That doesn't say why he did it though, because that's just that's what happened. Caused letter to be late. The body was still warm. That makes sense. Aha! All right, the mistake is intentional. Why did the killer send his letters to Hercule Poirot? No? For glory? He wrote Poirot because his address is not very well known. That makes no sense.
Is everything clear now?
No.
You might like to explain your reasoning again.
Of course. First of all, remember that the murderer made it a rule to always post his letter before the murder. He never digressed from that rule. However, in Churston, he encountered a problem. The village has only 500 inhabitants. With advance warning, it would be easy to arrest him. Therefore, the murderer delayed his letters deliberately with the wrong address. The plan wouldn't have worked if he'd sent it to Scotland Yard or the papers because everybody knows their addresses. The mistake would have been corrected and the letter would have been on time. That is why the murderer chose me as the recipient.
That's the only reason why?
Because for his plan to succeed, it was necessary for at least one of the letters to have a wrong address and get lost. It was very cunning.
Absolument. It is a very subtle plan. It matches the profile we have drawn up of him perfectly. That of an intelligent, daring and calculating murderer.
But that's not how you describe Cust.
You are quite right, mademoiselle. Like you, I find it hard to believe that this dull character is the clever murderer we are looking for.
Do madmen... I mean, if he's mad, he might have two very different sides.
Is it a man?
No doubt. But the murderer is not mad. All the specialists agree that he does not have the profile of the psychopath.
But if Cust is not guilty, how do you explain his presence at the scene of the crimes?
Mr. Clark, the answer to your question is in
Yeah,
the
I know,
medical
Fish.
record of your brother's patients. Documents which Cust most certainly did not have access to. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Alright, what do we know about Cust? Easily influenced, tries to overcome his travel sickness by traveling, often by train. Newspapers that reported the case. He wanted to see the crimes. Went to Brexit because he wanted to swim. That's probably in there. He was wounded in the war. There we go. Influenced and wounded. Mentally fragile. I like all this. How to explain Cust's presence at the crime scenes. Door-to-door salesman. And you wanted to swim in Wrexham? Did he not want to swim? I thought he wanted to swim. Okay. Where's the crime scenes? No? No, see, that says it's by choice, but it wasn't by choice that he rode the trains. That's what he said. I mean, I don't think Cust was manipulated. The killer made him go to the towns as to hide his tracks. He did not kill her, did not have the Dr. Clark's medical records.
Dr.
didn't
Clark's
understand
patients'
that one.
records provided a very useful list of potential victims, sorted by alphabetical order. The killer definitely used it, explaining the fact that all the victims were former patients of the doctor. It is this fact that clears Cust once and for all, because he never had access to these records. So how did he happen to be at the scene of the crimes? Either the murderer sent him there, or Cust was following him closely. Cust's highly suggestible nature leads us to the second hypothesis. The murderer was manipulating him. He systematically sent Cust to the towns where he was going to strike, so that the suspicion would land on the poor man's shoulder.
That's evil. What sort of killer could have such a plan? And what would he gain from 3 completely different murders?
Indeed, it seems unlikely that the same murderer committed all the crimes. What should we take from that?
Say that just one murder is of interest to the killer. The murderer kills for pleasure. There are 3 murderers. It's 3 murders or 1 murder is of interest to the killer. We're gonna go that one.
Just 1 murder was of benefit to the murderer. The others were just diversions. On reflection, there is only one conclusion. The murderer killed once out of interest and twice to divert our attention. This reasoning points at 2 potential culprits.
Franklin Clark.
Donald Fraser?
Yes, mademoiselle. That's good thinking. Mr. Fraser may have killed Betty out of jealousy. Mr. Clark may have killed his brother in order to inherit his large fortune. Both have a motive.
But Donald did not have access to Dr. Clark's records.
Please allow me to disagree with you, mademoiselle.
That Donald was treated by Dr. Clark. Indicate that Donald was resting at Churchton. That Donald's firm worked for Clark.
Donald, too, has been treated by the doctor.
You're quite wrong, Mr. Poirot, and it shouldn't be difficult to prove.
Damn it.
Oui, please excuse me. It was a slip of the tongue. This is what I wanted to say.
I don't remember.
Donald, Sir Carmichael was one of your firm's customers.
Ah.
We found a surveyor's report among his papers that proves it.
It doesn't prove that I went to Comeside.
You could have done it. And you may have used the opportunity to take a look at Sir Carmichael's records.
You think I'm guilty?
You or Mr. Franklin Clark?
That's ridiculous.
Both of you have a motive. The question is, which of you has the profile that most resembles the murderer? Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Who's the ladies' man? Because he had to seduce Betty. Is Donald clever? I don't think he is. Megan liked him. He would have made Betty a good husband. Always attentive and generous. True gentleman. He's dreaming about it. He's a bright man with a promising career ahead of him. Donald turned quite pale and started, one day, alright. I like to sleep on the train. I like trains. Alright, he is clever. Is Donald sure of himself? Ladies liking him? No, it's probably this one then. No? He's easy to influence as well. Is Donald a seducer? He is a seducer. He does like trains. Is he impulsive? He's quick-tempered. Why, I oughta. Is he generous?
Ladies and gentlemen, Donald may share many character traits with the murderer, but he does not have his cold indifference. He has a temper. It is hard to imagine him planning anything. Also, jealousy is his motive, and crimes of passion are rarely planned.
Rarely.
Right, I suppose it's my turn to be subjected to the same scrutiny.
Absolument, Mr. Clark. Let us now try and get our brain cells
So I think
to
if
work.
you screw up stuff earlier in the game, this part's wrong. Like if you don't have this part right. Is Franklin clever? Alright, let's start over here. Is it normal that people helping with inquiries should be reimbursed? Starting with you, Miss Tower. Please allow me to pay you for your train tickets. Railway children, E. Nesbitt. Come on, bro. I'm a married man, and Miss Gray is already being courted by Franklin Clark. Dear Franklin, first I wish you a good start to a successful new year. Thank you for filling my interests. I think it could have gotten bad. He's a cool, bloody guy. I envy you for that. School report, Frank Clark, go to teachers. Frank was a good student, but lacked discipline. Alright. He's clever. Is he sure of himself? Very plucky and sure of himself. Says it right there. This motherfucker did it. Miss Franklin's already being courted. He was in the railway children. Likes trains. Is he impulsive? No, he's cool. Cool-blooded. Yeah, baby. And he's generous. He bought those train tickets.
As you have all seen, there is a disturbing similarity between Mr. Clark's profile and that of the killer. In actual fact, it is exactly the same.
Mr. Poirot, your psychological studies are interesting, but your conclusions do not add up.
Why not?
Why would I have wished my brother's death? The inheritance is lawfully mine. I just have to wait.
No, you had to act quickly. Because of Miss Gray. Mademoiselle, although you haven't been telling the truth, there is no doubt in my mind that you would have found a way to marry Sir Carmichael after Lady Clark's death. For you, Mr. Clark, it was a disaster. If Miss Gray had children by your brother, you would not have inherited a thing. You realized the danger after reading several letters from Comside, especially one in which your brother opened his heart to you. So you hurried home from China, and you took action.
What a dick.
In truth, Cust was no more than a puppet manipulated by the real culprit. You, Mr. Clark.
Such an imagination, Mr. Poirot. In fact, nobody manipulated Cust. The famous instructions he received by post. He wrote them on the typewriter. We know that for sure.
Oh, no. You know perfectly well. That is not true.
Yeah, you sent it to him.
Eh bien, voilà. Light has now been shed on the ABC murders.
Your theories are ingenious, but you haven't any proof.
One point to him. For the moment, I have no material proof. Either I admit to it, or I bluff.
Invented item of proof found in an Ashworth tobacco shop. Lie about the fingerprints on Cust's typewriter. Say that the proof is going to be easy to find. Ooh, we could fuck this up. Do we want to invent or lie? We don't want to just say proof will be easy. Definitely didn't find fingerprints. Let's go with the convincing.
One thing proves it. A carton of placed cigarettes you stole from Mrs. Asher and found at your home.
You have nothing on me. You're bluffing,
wrong.
Mr. Poirot. Come on, Thora, there's nothing for us to do here.
Don't touch me.
Thora!
I understand why you never wanted to lend me your new typewriter. And why you were searching through your brother's things. And the hole you dug on the moors. What did you hide there? The knife you used to kill your brother?
All right. Well played. I lose. The game's up. Don't come near me!
It's got
I'll
blanks.
never let you take me, Mr. Poirot.
That would still hurt, though, right? That would still hurt. Like,
I'm sorry, Mr. Clark, there is no easy death for you. I expected your reaction, so I used
that looks like
blanks.
Hastings sitting down, not Clark.
I'm sorry, mademoiselle, but your second chance has been lost. Franklin Clark will never inherit his brother's fortune.
What time is it? Oh, we're not going to get to start Colonel's bequest.
Disappointed at having missed the chance to become Lady Clark, Thora Grey left England.
Why is Dick Dunbar talking?
Donald Fraser and Megan Barnard married. On Poirot's recommendation, Mary Drower started to work for Lady Clark. The elderly lady's condition suddenly took a turn for the better. And a few months later, to Dr. Logan's great surprise, she was back on her feet again. According to this eminent physician, it appears to be an extremely rare case of spontaneous remission.
Nice.
Lady Clark has enjoyed very good health ever since.
Maybe she was being poisoned.
Journal of an Innocent. The incredible story of ABC. As for A.B. Cust, after being advised by Poirot, he made a great deal of money by selling his story to the press. And as for me, and with business booming, the Black Swan has become the #1 tourist attraction in the whole of Yorkshire. Even more popular than York Minster.
Ooh. Let's head to the Black Swan, baby. Based on the novel The ABC Murders by Agatha Christie. Alright, well that's it, y'all. Another case is in the books. We'll let these credits roll. You guys like this one? I liked it. I like these shorter ones because we can burn through them. That's just me, though, maybe. Yeah, but we're going to start the Colonel's Bequest next week, guys. Old Sierra game from late 80s, early 90s. We got to type it all out. Bear with the pixelated graphics, but it's got some cool shit in it. Nibbler, talking to you, Mr. I didn't like waffles because the graphics sucked. If you're lucky, maybe I'll do voices. Yeah, we're going to get out of here as soon as it's over, though, guys. So drop them likes while you can. And let me know if there's any Mr. games you guys want me to look up. Y'all can send them to me, too. Y'all can gift them. Man, I'm going to lose both my fantasy football games this weekend. Absolutely terrible. Our families were early testing during the coronavirus confinement. Discord for providing us with an efficient remote team tool. When did this game come out? Eric Suck? Or is it Sook? I really hope it's Suck. Our families and cats. That's right, fish. High five. No high five, I'll pet you. Sylvester? It's a nice, funny way to spell that. I wonder where this company's from. I'm assuming it's somewhere in Europe. Because these names don't look from the States. They don't look stateside. How many special thanks are they going to give? Since 2019 it came out, but Corona went until 2020. But Europe, I guess it hit a little earlier. Maybe. Because it was like February, March, it really hit these states. So maybe they're Italian, because Italy got hit early, didn't they? Jesus Christ, how long are these credits going to go for? What? Matthew Loud. Oh, now we gotta go through Artifact Studio. That's what's going on here. Oh, shit. We could just do that the entire fucking time. Alright, 100%. We missed, what, 135 fucking ego points? I wonder what Eagle Eye was. See, we missed something. We missed some of the tomcats and donkeys. We must have fucked with Black Swan, Black Dragon, Dragon Smoke. Yeah, I don't know. Wow, we moved to the timeline of all the killings, huh?
The murderer leaps out from his hiding place and cuts Sir Clark. The third letter, the murderer leaps after dinner. Sir.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right, guys, drop them likes, drop them subs. Let's have a great week. I'll see you guys back here Tuesday for something. It's probably going to be Oxygen because I'm fucking hooked, y'all. I'm out.